Hello everyone, Reginald Scott here, welcome to the video. Some people were saying that I don't ride my Thai bike enough in my videos, so here it is for you today in all its dirty glory. It's a little bit grubby today and the bar tape could be better, but apart from that, I think she's looking great. What I like about this bike a lot is the fact that I built it myself and I chose every single part, so right down to the TPU tubes in the wheels, the hollow titanium bolts holding parts of it together. The titanium quick releases are all aftermarket choices that I made. The saddle and everything basically is something that I wanted on the bike and wanted very specific to this bike. So there you go. Right now I'm not really sure what the weight is. It's probably around 6.5, something like that, because it's got the lights on it today, front and rear. I've got my heavier duty tires on. These are 23mm Continental 4-season tires, and the reason I picked those is because I like to occasionally go on rough road surfaces, so I pick a nice durable tire for when I'm out training. When I'm racing, of course, I will switch to a GP 5000, but at the moment I'm not doing much racing. Right, so let's get on with today's video. Okay folks, so for a bit of context for today's video, originally I had gone out to do a 65-kilometer ride, partially on gravel, and during that ride I had intended to record a video on a particular subject. I wasn't satisfied with how that subject turned out, so I'm recycling this video footage to discuss what is achievable on a road bike when it comes to gravel. Okay, so when I turn the sound back on, you might hear some random chattering away from the original subject material, so you can just basically ignore that. But what we're looking at today is what can you actually do on a road bike, dedicated road bike, in this situation with carbon rims, 23mm tires and rim brakes. What is possible, basically. So that's what today's subject is actually going to be about, not the original subject. And what's interesting is about 40 kilometers of this ride that I did ended up being in very heavy rain, and I'd like to make a follow-up video about how to ride in the rain, because that's what I turned the video into when it started to rain. But the audio is a bit drowned out by the rain, so what I want to do now is just show you a clip of that audio. And if you think it's okay, please let me know in the comments that you're prepared to listen to that in a future video about how to ride in the rain. If it's not good enough for you, what I'll do is I'll do a voiceover. Hopefully my shoes hold up. I had to glue them last night because they were falling apart. So it'd be funny if they fall apart again all the way out here. Like I say, I'm a good hour from home. Never mind, eh? It's all part of the experience. Okay, so hopefully now we can go back to this footage of me riding on gravel and discuss or have a look at what is achievable on a road bike. It's an attitude thing. And the thing about mountain bikers is, in general, they seem to be having fun. It's one reason why I see a lot of people quit road cycling and end up doing mountain biking. Look at this. Wow, this is real gravel, okay? I'm doing real gravel on 23s here. And carbon rims. 23s, carbon rims. Am I crazy? Maybe, maybe not.
You're crazy. I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay. Perhaps I put a little bit too much air in my tires today for this ride. 96? Little bit high perhaps. Okay. Can we get through this without getting too muddy? What do you think? I'm going to push the bike through like that when the mud gets deep, because these 23mm tires, they're just going to sink down into the mud. They're okay on the gravel, it's just deep mud they can't really handle very well. So just go around it like this, it'll be fine. Anywho, can get across this bit here, that's fine. That's no worse than the roads in Nottingham. Right, here's a nice bit of dry gravel. Ugh. Oh god, my legs are really itchy after pushing through that grass. What's going on there? We got stung by something. You have to look out for ants and things here. There's some rather nasty ants in this part of the world.
I'm Ants in My Eyes Johnson, here at Ants in My Eyes Johnson's Electronics. I mean, there's so many ants in my eyes.
Yeah, just... And there's this feeling, I think, with road cycling of, unless you conform to what everyone else is doing, you kind of become a bit of an outcast. And it's happened to me quite a few times, obviously, because I don't conform. I don't conform to the generic belief of carbon is the best. I don't conform to aero is better than lightweight. You know, I don't conform to being a vegan and drinking soy lattes. And I think coffee should be black with 1 sugar. That's it.
Well, I'm hoping you like it dark, hot, sweet, and with a spoon in it.
You know, like the Italian way. That's, well, 2 sugars actually for me. But, you know, I drink coffee like an Italian. It's an espresso, that's it, that's coffee. I'm picking out the larger stones because those are the ones that could potentially scratch my carbon rims, but you know, the actual roughness of the road itself and the holes are not really a problem to these 23s. They're absolutely fine. And like I say, my bike is comfortable. This is what I'm talking about. This is a performance road bike I'm riding right now. You know, Lightspeed T1 SL, titanium frame, performance road bike, lightweight, extremely lightweight. You know, when it's race weight, it's around 6.4 kilos, so maybe just slightly less than that, maybe 6.39. But you know, it's a performance road bike, and here I am on 23s down a gravel track, and it's actually not that bad. Like, I know it might look bad, but it doesn't feel that bad to me. It feels absolutely fine. Not really different that much from when I come down on the gravel bike. You know, on the gravel bike I can go faster because I don't feel the large fear the large rocks. It's more about fear than it is anything else. It's the fear of hitting something that's so big in the road that it will, you know, damage the carbon rim. But it's not actually the discomfort that's affecting me. The discomfort's not really a problem. There isn't that much discomfort. Like I say, this bike is really smooth. Oh, this is really big stuff. Whoa! Going all over the place now. Having said that though, it would have to be a pretty big rock, because these 23mm tyres, they are quite deep. You know, they do have a lot of distance between them and the rim. I think this is new. I don't remember this one being here before. This is new stuff they've put down here. I'm losing a bit of traction on this one. Yeah, this is new. Didn't used to be like this. Whoa! Let's get up here a bit. That's better. See, that there was a loss of traction because they're smooth tyres. They don't have any grip on them. So when it's chunky, loose stuff like that, you just bounce around all over the place. Like that. Makes life very difficult. Okay, that's okay. Back to the smoother stuff now. Or the more compacted stuff, should I say. I'd be interested to see what damage this has done, if any, at the end of this. You know, riding on gravel roads in the middle of nowhere on my road bike. And other people think that's nuts, but
It's just what I like to do sometimes. It's fun.
By the way, I got the keys of your car and I drove it into a big wall. If you don't like it, tough. I had my fun, and that's all that matters.
You know, it's a challenge. It's a different kind of challenge than riding at 50 kilometers an hour, you know? They're boring because all they want to do is ride on the same highways, you know, the same speed in the same group. And to them, a great achievement is having the same average speed when they come home at the end of the day. And that's their idea of fun. And yeah, that can be fun sometimes. But if you do it day in, day out, it just gets so monotonous to me anyway. I find it so dull. This sort of stuff here, I mean, this could be classified as gravel, I suppose. This is no problem at all for this bike. This is like easy peasy lemon squeezy. I could be going much faster actually on this stuff. There we go. Whee! And there you are. Back to civilization. I suppose we should check for any damage to the bike. Well, random dogs today. Well, so far I don't feel anything. I don't feel any damage. And I have noticed I've got a bit of greenery sticking off the end of my derailleur. We'll have to check that out now. Let's check it out. Right. So, any damage to the bike? Let's check. Here are the rims. Rims look absolutely fine. As you can see, the stone strikes on the edge of the rim here. These white sort of dashes on the tyre. That's where the rocks came up to. That's where they came up to on the tyre. So they only just got about halfway. There's a bit of foliage here. Same again for the front wheel. It appears to be no damage to the carbon rim whatsoever. So basically, even though these are only 23mm tyres, the rocks never get much deeper than this. This is the limit to where the rocks get to. That's as deep as my tyre sinks into the rocks. So the carbon rim was never really in any danger of getting damaged from that. I had to go slowly, of course, because I've got no grip. But the bike itself performed very well.
Thank you for watching, folks. I just wanted to give you one last takeaway for today's video, and that is that, in my opinion, if you're out on a long ride and you're exploring new territory or new locations, and perhaps you come across a road which isn't the expected road conditions, for example, like light gravel, that it might be more than possible to actually traverse that road and explore further on the bike that you're actually riding without needing fatter tyres or without needing disc brakes or without needing a dedicated gravel bike. That you shouldn't be afraid to try and explore on a normal road bike if, as I say, you come up against conditions you weren't expecting, rather than waste your time and have to turn around and go back. And it's kind of the attitude that I take when I'm out exploring new roads. The other thing I would advise is that you don't really need much to adapt a normal road bike into a pretty competent gravel bike, even if you don't have disc brakes. I would suggest just slightly fatter tyres. Maybe if you can fit them, 30mm will be enough to get you through quite severe gravel. And also try to use aluminium wheels if you're out exploring rather than carbon. Today I used carbon, but that was more for a demonstration than anything else. Normally, if I'm going to do that kind of exploring or gravel, I would always stick with aluminium wheels, just because it's safer and you're less likely to damage something. Okay folks, thank you again for watching. I do wish you a safe journey on your next ride, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.